Namaste, Daji. Welcome to Soul City, Manasa. How are you doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, Daji, let's talk about heartfulness cleaning today. As human beings, we all have different emotions. Like, sometimes we are jealous, sometimes we are angry, we are guilt, we have shame, vengeful attitude, etc. So, how can we control these emotions?
And if you could control, then you don't need to clean yourself. You see? But having created them, how do we get rid of the impressions or the impact that arises out of such feelings of angry, jealousy, hatred, and so many other things? Okay. Many a times, even when we are not involved in a particular act or action, you're just passing through a street, you see a fight, it affects you.
Yes.
Okay. When you watch a movie and there's a particular scene of rape or murder or some romance, it affects you. There are things, one beautiful example I keep giving about how we form the impressions for ourselves. Whether good or bad, we're not trying to judge. Okay. When I'm passing through a garden, for example, and there is a rose flower that attracts my attention, I look at it, pass on after some time. Okay. Second day I pass by and the same rose fully bloomed. Now you want to hold it in your hands. You want to smell it also. Okay. And then third day comes, you want to pluck it and take it home and, things like that. This is how we form impressions, attachment with things, with thoughts, with ideas. It becomes a habit. How to cut that? See, there is a yogic process also offered under this heartfulness way of life. See, we have this yogic technique where we use the sankalpa sakti. But actually, this sankalpa is not like an order that made this thing happen, made these complexities that I have created during daytime, or made these impurities that I have created during daytime be removed. I am not ordering it to my system. I am simply pleading it in a very prayerful way that may such and such things be removed from my system, which are so unwanted, which are not necessary for my spiritual growth. When we say the complexities that I have created because of my actions, or impurities that I have created because of my actions, be removed. Often we forget the impurities or complexities or guilt that we create because of our inactions. Often the consequences of inactions are quite dire, more dangerous than actions themselves. Suppose someone respects you and you don't reciprocate with similar respect, you insult that person. See, it's not good. Not responding with proper respect, though you have not done anything, yet it is insulting in some way. See, for example, another example I can give you is a doctor. See, if you see a patient who is demanding your attention and you say, oh, I'm coming back in 10 minutes, and by the time you come back, that patient is gone. Then you feel guilty. Oh, I wish I could have seen that person. Things that I could have done at an appropriate time, I missed the opportunity. It creates impression, which is very deep in nature. Mostly the impressions formed out of such inactions or half-heartedly done tasks, they haunt us. And it becomes impressions leading us to form the kind of guilty feeling, which is so heavy. It is like lead poured in your heart, and sometimes you feel that, oh, I wish I could have done it differently. See, these are impressions that we form in our heart. Heart becomes heavier. When you're angry with someone, heart becomes heavier. Mind is throbbing, your brain, the blood rush is there. See? Your eyes become red. It is physically manifested. The emotions of anger are perhaps the worst. Have you seen a person or two persons getting angry at each other? If you take the video of these people, you will see how ugly they look. Even ourselves, ask somebody or take your selfie when you are angry. You would hate yourself. Oh, do I look like this when I get angry? See? The idea of cleanliness of impressions is very paramount to our spiritual growth. That does not mean that, we are not trying to judge between good impressions and bad impressions. Many a time we end up doing good things, but that also forms the impression. Other person having done the good thing, we watch it, that also forms the impression. That does not mean that we should not do all these things. We continue with our daily duties, good, bad, doesn't matter. Slowly as we move on, and when we invest our energies, how to get rid of this, and you see the benefit arising out of cleaning oneself, then you say, yes, why am I even forming them? Then you'll find the art of doing things without forming the impressions. Okay? Best time to get rid of all these impressions is when the daily activities are over. You come home, before you interact with your family members, wash your feet, your face, maybe you can have tea or coffee and then sit down in some corner of your house and clean yourself. The process is very simple. Prayerfully, you request the source, please help me clean myself. Okay. What is to be cleaned? The complexities and impurities that we have collected. Now we have to keep one thing in mind, that when I clean these complexities and impurities, what becomes of me?
You'll become pure.
You become purer. When impurities are gone, you become purer. Wonderful. When complexities are gone, you become simpler. See? So at the end of this cleaning process, I should be able to feel simpler and purer. That should be our outcome. Yeah. Okay. So process is very simple. You close your eyes and think that all the complexities and impurities are going away. Okay. Now you have to bring in the second step into this process. Where from is it going? Think that it is going from the back side. Imagine from top of your head till the tailbone. Imagine the entire back. Think that all complexities and impurities are going away from the back side. Imagine that it is from top of my head till the tailbone, the entire back. Now in the third step, imagine how they are going away. Think that they are going away in the form of smoke or vapor. Either you think of smoke or only of vapor, not of two. So now you have combined three steps. One idea is that you're removing complexities and impurities. In the second step, we think that they're going from my backside. In the third step, they're going in the form of smoke or vapor. Once you have started this process, accelerate this, give it a speed, give it a momentum to this ejection of this smoke or vapor from the back. And continue like that for 15-20 minutes. Stay in this set of mind, with this sankalpa that these things are going away. After 15-20 minutes, you will feel some sort of lightness or simplicity that we talked about. You feel inside so rejuvenated and purer. That's when you introduce the idea that the grace from above is entering my system and is also helping me do the cleaning. It's helping me actually remove all these things. At the same time, in the place where from this smoke and complexities are going, the all impressions are going, there will be a sort of a vacuum. Now think that this divine grace which is descending is filling me up with that purity, with that sacredness. When the sacred current enters my system, and when we have actually removed these complexities and impurities, once at the end of it, I should feel that my body has now become like a temple. It's ready to accommodate the deity of my love. See, I should feel purer. I should feel sacred. Let's put it that way. At the end of cleaning, this sacredness should emerge in our heart. This is not a very difficult process. So let me repeat this to you again. Sit comfortably in the evening, having come back from the office, and think that all complexities and impurities are going away from the backside in the form of smoke or vapor. Accelerate the process. After 20 minutes, think that sacred current, divine grace is descending from above and is helping me complete this process of cleaning. My whole system is now become like a temple of God. The whole system is now sacred. With this idea, you get up. This can be done. This process becomes very effective. After 3-4 introductory sittings, we undergo through heartfulness meditation. So a kind of initiation, as they call, is required through a proper trainer or the guide.
All right. So, Daji, what are the advantages? I mean, you've already told us how will it make us feel, but apart from that, how do you think a human being can actually advance after cleaning?
Well, once we have a fresher perspective of anything, let's say you had an argument with someone, you had an impression. Later on, you see the right actual picture of it, and when the impression has gone from your system, that person is not like that, then you're able to build a better relationship with that person. See? Yes. Likewise, any process also. See? When I have my prejudiced mind, then the justice is not done. But when through the cleaning all the prejudices are removed, arising out of the previous impressions, then I can do better jobs. I can understand people better. I can understand myself better. And most importantly, I can lead a very loving, very peaceful life in a very affectionate way with my colleagues, with my dear and very near family members.
How important do you think cleaning should be done in our day-to-day lives?
I think once a day is enough. But sometimes I would recommend what we call emergency cleaning. See, to give you a small example of, let us say, you are in a movie, watching a movie, and suddenly after the end of the movie, you feel headache, you have a headache. Yes. Or you feel some sort of a disgusted feeling, or you're so displeased with it. So sit in your car or in your wherever in your vehicle and just for 2-3 minutes use this cleaning technique and see how it helps you get over this. Its immediate effect will be felt. Don't wait till you go back home with these impressions. You can do it better. So you won't waste time in sharing and things like that. Oh, I felt like this, and you will stop wasting your time and others' time also in describing what has gone through. You see? Like as I was giving you the other example the other day on spaghetti sauce falling on your shirt, right, during your lunch break. You don't walk around your office and show off your spaghetti sauce on the shirt. Try to clean it right away. See? So when something like this happens, immediately you can clean. Let us say, many a times you may have also noticed in your life, you are about to get angry and you notice that I am going to get really mad now. You become aware of it. Now if you are so aware of your inner environment, inner weather, inner conditions, then you say, hold your horses, not now. Do the cleaning for 2 minutes. It will go away. See? Third scenario is, we do this evening cleaning, right? All day thing. Second is emergency cleaning, which you do after a certain episode has happened. Third way is before you are going to do something wrong. You want to get rid of it before even you can create impressions for yourself. The best way is to create such a lifestyle so that you don't form any impression. Like Lord Krishna talks so brilliantly in Gita, says, lead a life the way lotus exists in muddy water. Beautiful example. It doesn't have to clean itself. It has created itself in such a way that mud doesn't affect that lotus flower. So we have to insulate ourselves with such a consciousness, with such a sthita pragya condition through meditation, meditative mind, so that all these things that goes around in our life, despite of our involvement in so many things, you remain like a lotus flower. Sthit pragya all the time.
Daji, what is the difference between meditation and cleaning?
My God, okay. Meditation is where we remain very passive. We allow things to happen because of transmission. The guide, his eyes are focused on us, wherever you are. Does not matter where we sit, when we sit for meditation. His transmission reaches us. Our job is only to close our eyes and be receptive. There's not much to do there. In cleaning, our involvement is complete. It should be complete. Where I'm fully focused inside. I'm actively doing things like removal of complexities and impurities. I'm using a prayerful way of displaying the sankalpa. Sankalpa is in action. I make sure this thing happens. Complexities and impurities are ejected from the backside. So I'm fully involved. So it's not passive process like meditation. It's a very active process where my 100% attention should be there. In meditation, the attention is there, but in a waiting mode, like a cat is waiting for the mouse. Now, in meditation, when like a cat we wait for the mouse, what are we waiting? What is the mouse here? It is self-dissolution. You're not trying to see things, you're trying to unsee the thing there. See? Trying to empty the whole thing. Though it's like cleaning, but you are more perceptively ready to dissolve yourself into that nothingness. That's when we attain a kind of samadhi and beyond. See? So there's a vast difference between these two processes. Yeah.
All right, Daji. So Daji, what is being cleaned out? How does it work?
But anything and everything, as they say. All kinds of impressions. Whichever impression is becoming a bar to my advancement to the highest is going out. Yeah. All kinds. I mean, I'm not very selective. When I say, okay, during daytime, I'm not even trying to scan through the activities. That let me get rid of this feeling first, or let me get rid of the impressions that I have collected because I got angry on my wife, or let me remove these particular impressions where I was attracted towards someone and I like to remain attracted towards that person. No, everything has to go. Good, bad, everything. So we are not very choosy or selective about what sort of impressions we are. On one go, we say everything unwanted, good, bad, all sorts of complexities and impurities. May they go from my system. Okay. Now, there are times when we, on our own accord, with our own will, however desirous you be, are not able to get rid of. That's when we have our trainers and guides. Trainers are the preceptors who are there throughout the world. Appointed by this particular system. Under this system, they are very well trained. We have more than 6,000 trainers throughout the world. Yes, and as I say, the guide or Pujya Babaji Maharaj, he in his wisdom thought that if I keep this knowledge with myself, then it will not serve the humanity the way it should. But I will make everybody as capable as much as myself and say, okay, they can also do the work. Why should they come to India all the time? India can go out and create more India everywhere. See, we are not about conquering. We are becoming all-inclusive, especially spirituality. We want to accommodate everything. And these trainers are ever ready, who are ever ready in the sense they will help us, make us understand the system properly, guide us through meditation. On our own, when we are not able to do the proper cleaning, they will also walk us through and help us overcome particular impressions that we on our own are not able to do. So you take an appointment with them, either go in person or sit wherever you are. See, and we also have a very extraordinary feature of group meditations, which are also held in all the 6,000 locations world. You can participate in such group meditations also. But choice is yours. You move at your pace. These are prescribed norms. It's your choice. You make your break, whatever rules you want to make for yourself. It's your choice.
So thank you so much, Daji, for explaining how exactly cleaning works in our day-to-day lives, how important it is to actually continue the process in our day-to-day lives. Thank you so much once
Quite
again for
welcome.
explaining
Quite
all
welcome.
this.
Yes,
Thank you.
Namaskar. Namaskar.